で、一応できるとこだけ英語にしたんですけど、また途中で日本語に戻っちゃうかもしれない。まあ一応これでいきます。さっき字幕も全部英語やって、で、本体も全部英語だった。あ、やった、猫ちゃんがやっと見れた。さっきさ、頭の横で見えなかったの。もう前のやつ2個とも消すわ。英語、全部英語になってたから。字幕も何もかもが。で、ここはね、開かないのよね。え、何なんか、開かったかな。はいはいはいはいはいはいはい。急げって。はい、行きます。何もなさそう。あそこ緑やから行けそう、なんか。なんかありそう。ここ緑はいけるんじゃない？なんか光ってるよ。何これ何これ何これ。なんかライトがあるから。え？早く移動する？中央ホール。城の地図から中央ホールを探せ。なん中央ホールって。どこに中央ホールなんかあるんって。だから、ここ？もう見えん。なんて？このなんとかでは、その、目が見えない。その地域にある。煙突飛行？もう日本語すら読めねえのに、もう何も読めない。緑の煙突の炎は、寮の談話室発見。あ、これあれか。ファストトラベルのこと？これファストトラベルできるってことですか？右手。あ、なんて？確かに。なんかライブラリーって返したけど、どうすりゃいいの？ここ？これ何？これ？ウェズリー先生が中央ホールの煙突飛行粉の炎を解除した。なんて？ファーストトラベルやろ？近くで中央ホール。中央ホールどこなんだよ。炎にファーストトラベル。近くでここ？ファーストトラベルができるようになるんだね。炎のとこは。
And here we are. Quite the time saver. These stairs lead directly to Central Hall.
よくわかってないんだな、意味が。
You can get almost anywhere in the castle quickly from Central Hall.
すぐ通り。
Always something happening here. It's the heart of the hive. Our King's Cross station, so to speak. That should be all for now. You'll be expected to attend both Charms and Defense Against the Dark Arts classes today. And I'd like to be sure you get to Hogsmeade as soon as possible to replace the supplies you lost on the way here.
Can you tell me more about the Defense Against the Dark Arts class?
Defense Against the Dark Arts, as the name implies, focuses on how to defend oneself against the evils that lurk beyond these walls. A mastery of Defense Against the Dark Arts is required for those who aspire to become Aurors. Fortunately, we are lucky to have the ever-gifted Professor Heckert in charge of our students' education in that regard.
What will I learn in Charms class?
Exactly what you might expect. Spells, charms, jinxes, all terribly useful. I think you will enjoy Professor Ronan. He's a clever and entertaining wizard, and a talented teacher.
You mentioned Hogsmeade, Professor.
Hogsmeade is the only all-wizarding village in Britain, and is home to an array of shops and pubs. You
あれ、
should
ユ
be
ニバ
able
にあ
to
ると
find
こ
all of the school supplies you require.
ユニ
in
バにあると
Hogsmeade.
こ
You
売
will
店いっぱいある
also,
と
I
こ
imagine, enjoy
あ
many
そこ
a
面白かっ
butterbeer
た
there
な。
with friends in
バ
due
タービール
course.
もあったよな。ユニバのとこにな。
Thank you,
Muchas
Professor Weasley.
gracias,
A lot to absorb on your first day,
profesora.
and you have much to learn. Happily, your professors have agreed to create additional assignments for you outside of class. You'll be up to speed in no time. Judging by your adept use of Revelio earlier, I'd say Professor Fig succeeded in at least showing you the
目
basics.
が見えない全然。
He's been terribly vague as to the events preceding your arrival,
恐ろ
specifically about what happened
あ、
after that awful dragon attack.
やばい、
My
またコン
suspicion
ト
is
ローラ
that
ー赤
there's
くなっ
more
て
to
る。
the
やば。
story than a search for belongings and an
な
extended
んで
trip
赤く
up
な
to
っ
the
てんの？
castle.
配信できてるこれ本当に。ちょっと待って、もうさっきからトラブルがすごいんだから。できてんの？今私、できてる？できてるね。オッケー。あ？なんて？そんなことない。
I'm sorry, Professor, but I'm afraid that's all there is to it.
Almost precisely what Professor Fig
うん、
said.
言うなって言われたから黙っとかないと。あ、来た
Speak
来た
of the
来た。
devil, Professor Fig. Your ears must have been burning.
Oh?
Yes. You seem to have provided our new fifth year with a solid foundation in the basics of spellcasting.
Ah, I'm afraid I can't take all the credit there, Professor. They've a rare aptitude for magic, it seems.
Well, I'm just glad you both arrived in one piece. Perfectly good boats and carriages to Hogwarts, and you chose to fly in the path of a dragon.
I wouldn't say I chose the dragon's path, Professor. Rather unfortunately, it would seem that it chose us.
Very well. Enough chit-chat. I need to get to class myself. Might I rely on you, Professor Fig, to explain the details
ま
of the
た
field
か
guide's。map?
地図ややこしいんよ。
Thank you. Good
ファー
luck
ストトラベ
today.
ルできるっぽい。
And remember to use your field guide.
Field
It will
guide.
be invaluable to you. And invaluable to me, as I'll be using it to keep up to date on your progress.
Yes, Professor.
Come and find me in my classroom after you've attended both classes today, and I'll explain more about those assignments I mentioned. And we'll see if we can't get you to Hogsmeade for those supplies.
ホグミートはあれだ、ユニバのとこやからめっちゃ楽しみ。楽しみすぎる。
It's good to see you, Professor.
And you. I was hoping our paths would cross today, before you immersed yourself in studies. Did I hear you masterfully evade Professor Weasley's interrogation regarding our late arrival?
I did my best, but I'm fairly certain she suspects we're not being entirely forthcoming.
Yes, well, Professor Weasley is a brilliant and astute witch. It was right to keep the details to yourself for now.
なんか
We
も
don't
う
know
怪しまれ
where
て
this
たよ。
path we've
ちょ
embarked
っと口止
upon
め
will
されたから
lead.
黙っとくわ。
It may require a bit more flexibility with your time than she would approve of. And she may feel obliged to share details with the headmaster that would be better left
そうだ
between
ね。
us.
Understood, Professor.
Good.
慣れっこや。
Now,
秘
as
密を守
capable
るの。
as you are, I believe the ability you possess obliges you to be well trained.
Talented.
Happily, you have the benefit of an exceptionally skilled team of witches and wizards to guide you.
使い。
Speaking of guides, and so that I may avoid another not-so-subtle reproof from Professor Weasley, why don't I show you the clever
フィール
enchantment
ド
we
の地図にか
included
け
in
て
the
おい
field
た
guide's
巧妙な魔
map?
法。
Unfold it and have a look.
ちょっと待って。マップ。まだチュートリアルな。メインクエストがあれで、メインクエスト完了するとストーリーが進み、なんていうかな、次、XP が手に入るほか、経験値、新たな、なんとかが解放されていく。目見えねえ、全然。よし、わかりました。どうすりゃいいの？まだあんの？一部のクエストは呪文やレベルの条件でロック。受け。 はあ、先生の課題かクエストをクリアすることでなんか獲得できますと。なるほどね。なんか経験値が言うんやな。クエストに行く。これは授業？どっちが先な？は？魔法のコンパス？これまだちゃう？フィールドガイドにある魔法のコンパス。フィールドガイドって何やった？あ、もう全然わからん。何フィールドガイドって。コンパス。とんでもなく広いから出席しようか。天文学棟にあるみたい。迷子になっちゃう。これ天文学棟光らんな。天文学棟が炎の場所がないじゃん。もう動かせねえ。どうすりゃいいんだ。動かせねえ。追跡いけるわ。罰をした。
The map is enchanted to help you find
道
your
を教え
way.
てくれ
This will
る。
be incredibly helpful.
ほ
Thank
んま
you.
かい。
Now, sounds like you've quite a day ahead. What with classes and a trip to Hogsmeade
学用品を
for
買い、
supplies,
杖も買う
including
の？
your own wand.
わ
You'll
お
enjoy Mr. Ollivander. He's an exceptional craftsman and a
お
good
ー
friend. I shall reach out when I have more
もう
information
一回
about
リパ
her
行きたいな。
mysterious locket. For now,
楽しかった
focus
な、ハ
on
リ
your
ー・ポッタ
classes
ー。
and pay attention. More than your owls may hinge on the magic you are able to master within these walls.
OK。なんて？授業に出席。魔法のコンパス。グリフィンドール。魔法のコンパス。この光やっていけばいいの？めっちゃ便利やん。開かへんで。開いた。で、光どこ？光。一回転してたら目立ってしまう。ここ発見した。オッケー。これでまたファストトラベルできるようになるんだ。行けばいい。通るだけで。ごめん。危ない。転校してきていきなり人にぶつかるとかもうあれだよね。ろくなことになんね。なんかある？広っ。めっちゃ広い。この絵とかも見たいな。でも今ダメだ。この魔法使ってから先行こう。授業受けに行かなきゃいけないんだから。こにゃにゃっちは、ちょっと私、授業受けに行きます。クエスト始める。いけるかな？授業受けます。おほほほほ。おー、すげえ。魔法を使えるようになるんだ。
Professor Hecat!
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces on your own time. I get new students every year, but I only have one Hebridean black skull. It was a token from the Great Poacher Raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it. Now, you may be asking yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and lived to boast about it. Knowledge.
Knowledge. No.
To the wise, age matters very little. Today we will review a spell that has saved me from death at the hands of dark wizards more times than I care to remember. Levioso.
Levioso.
A levitation charm?
Levioso! A surprised opponent is a weak opponent. Care to defend yourself, Master Pruitt? No? One thing I've learned as an unspeakable is the value of simplicity. Especially in the heart of battle. Now, let's practice what we've just learned. Starting with something small.
ずっとなんかコントローラーが虹色に光っとんよ。なんなの？あ、またこれか。またこれか。罰押すんだな。下から出発していきます。いくよ。罰やん。レビオーソゲットしたで。でも何押すんだ？何押すんだレビオーソで。何押すのボタン。
Now, let's try something a little larger.
おお。
Let us begin with the basic cast.
どこ押すの教えてん。上今度上か。R2。は？R2 やってんねんけどなんで？OK。できない。なんで R2 でできない？ R2 ってこれだよな。は？なんでできない？ R2 でしょ？できないよ。なんで？あ、いけた。
See how the dummy deflected your cast? This time, cast Levioso
レビオーソ
first, then the basic cast.
レビオーソってどれ？
A surprised opponent is a weak opponent, as Master Pruitt so artfully helped me demonstrate earlier.
は？ルーモスじゃない。今の何？待って。レビオーソってなどの呪文で破る。レビオーソはどれだ？続けて R2。まずレビオーソ。待って。分かった。レビオーソって左やったっけ？浮遊呪文って何やった？どれやった？レビオーソって。何を押すの？レビオーソって何を押すんやった？パズルを解いたり驚かせる。R2？ は？まあいいや。で
Now, the basic cast.
次は丸と R2 って丸と一緒に押せってこと？丸と R2 でいけんのか覚えれるかな？これでレビオーソね。で続けて
Well done.
OK。これ R2 で普通の殴るやつでしょ。
Very good. But the best way to
で
practice is
四
by
角
dueling.
とレディオ
We'll
ーソ
start with you two.
丸とこれ
Take
か
your marks.
覚
Time
え
for
な
a
い
proper
と。
Hogwarts welcome.
Now, I want a fair duel using only Levioso, basic cast, and
プロデコって
You may
何？
begin.
何これ
This should be easy. This can't be your first duel.
Let's just say I'm a quick man.
If only all of my students were this adept. I do enjoy a lively duel. Use the basic cast when your opponent's guard is down.
How perceptive.
Watch your opponent for signs to attack or defend yourself.
何回やったらいいの？こう先にやっつけながら。
good at this, aren't you?
だった
Not bad for a beginner. You give as good as you get.
I put you in the spot, and you rose to the challenge. Points to Gryffindor.
Oh.
Thank you, Professor Hecat. Glad to have the opportunity to practice.
If what I've seen today is any indication, we can expect great things from you. I demand excellence from my students. They are capable of achieving it, and they must achieve it. A classroom duel is one thing, but battling dark wizards, or as ever more likely, goblins, is a different kettle of Grindylows entirely.
Understood, Professor.
So, I'd advise you to keep practicing whenever you can. Perhaps Mr. Sallow will have some ideas for you. Again, well done today. I shall reach out soon with additional assignments.
入学のシーズンやし、ちょうどいいね。
Right. That's enough spectacle for one
Yes.
day. Class is dismissed.
Thank you so much. 喋ろ
Nice work.
I enjoyed that.
Well, that duel was quite something. Everyone will be talking about it.
It was certainly good practice.
Practice. It felt more like I was dueling an expert. Sebastian Sallow, by the way. Didn't expect a new student to be so deft with a wand. Then again, perhaps this wasn't your first duel.
In fact, it was. Perhaps I have a knack for it.
Be coy if you like, but I know better. Magic requires intention and talent.
う。
You
タレント
know,
があるんじゃない
you might be a perfect fit for a certain exclusive,
Oh.
unsanctioned dueling organization.
Organization?
Exclusive and unsanctioned.
オーガニ
Excellent.
入
Knew I
ろう。
was right about you. If you want to get the most out of your time at Hogwarts, you're going to need to break the
Hairu?
rules now and then. Whether it's joining a secret
秘
dueling
密の
club
ケットグラブ。
or sneaking into the restricted section of the
悪いことし
library,
とんな。
you just have to be clever enough not to get caught.
Thank you, Sebastian. I'll keep that in mind.
Good. Pleasure chatting with you. I'm sure I'll see you soon. Perhaps somewhere unsanctioned? We'll see if your performance today was sheer luck or actual skill. Look for Luke and Brattleby near the clock tower entrance.
ルーカン・ブラッドルビーだけど私、まだメイン
Till next time.
クエストがあったと思うんじゃが。
You dueled Sebastian. He's strong competition. Well done.
おう、新入生トロフィー。次は、呪文学に行かないとあかんから、ちょっと待って。呪文学に行くには、ここや。ここに行きたいんよ。で、は1レベル。コンパスで行けばいいの？あとこれだけや。OK、行くわ。行きます。呪文学。これを受けるには、追跡解除やったらあかんやん。もう次行けるん。これはもう受けてるん。追跡解除？もう追跡できてるんかな？よし、いけた。慣れてきた。よし、止めてといきます。もうだんだん慣れてきたね。実際こんなんあったら迷わんのにな。海外行った時とかさ、めっちゃ不安な時あるんよな、一人で。どこなんここみたいな。まあ一回迷ったことないけどね、一人でうろうろしても。ちょっと怖い時があるんだよね。Now? Okay. めっちゃ広いめっちゃ広いまだかこれを左ちょっとトイレ行きたいですちょっと一回トイレ行きたいですどこ行くのこれどこ行ったらいいのこっちって書いてるわ 部左って書いてるな。どう違うの？あれ、ここじゃないの？あ？クエストを始めるにしたら、ちょっとトイレ行ってくるね。大丈夫かな？始まっちゃうか。あ、ダメだ、トイレ行って止めれないかな。トイレ行く暇ないの、このゲーム。
Behind you. There is an open seat
いい子や。お、いい子。
Thank you.
Have you met Professor Ronan yet?
Shall we begin? Welcome to Year 5 of Charms. Now, this will be a crucial year in your education on the art of charm work. But I am confident that we will take hold with the passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge. Right, now, everyone, please open your textbooks to page 517. But before we begin, can anyone here tell me the difference between the incantations of the color change and growth charms? Anyone? Anyone? I am afraid it is too late to study now. My, the summer months must have really taken a toll on you all. By the looks of it, you all spent your holidays practicing Obliviate on one another. Do you even remember how to perform a basic summoning charm? Well, it seems that we are in dire need of review. Everyone get into pairs and take positions on opposite sides of the classroom. Now let's put those textbooks to use as the blunt objects you so believe they are, and take turns summoning them out of one another's hands. Only one book will be needed per partnership, Miss Dale. Thank you. Get into place now.
Axio って聞いたことあるぞ。乗ってなかったっけ？
Accio! That is not bad.
You are a swift learner. I see a lot of potential, but remember, potential is nothing without practice. Keep at it. You might just rival Miss Onai here. Very good, everyone. That's enough of that. Well, as you all seem to have the basics down, and it is an exceptionally lovely day, I was thinking that we might have ourselves a little excursion outside for a spot of fresh air. After me.
始まっちゃうかな。これもほぼ映画みたいに進んじゃうな。
I've always found that fun goes hand in hand with mastery, as I'm sure the Quidditch players amongst us would agree. So, what better than a bit of sport to put our prowess with the summoning charm to the test, right?
あれか、ほうきに乗るやつ？違う？なんだこれ。
So why don't we have our newest student start us off?
何すんの？
Very simply, cast Accio on one of the spheres and relinquish your charm at the last possible moment.
呪文も解く？待って。R2 を長押しし。
But instead of throwing the marbles out, you are summoning them toward you. The trick is to pull the sphere as far as possible, but not a bit more, or it'll fall. Yes? Now, I could keep talking about theory all day, but practice is the best professor. Show us how it's done.
どういうことまず R2 を長押しして割り当てたボタンを押してやめたらいいの
？Excellent control there. Don't
あ、落ちちゃった。落ちちゃった。落としたらあかんねや。なるほど。そういうことか。あかん。行き過ぎちゃう？大丈夫か。50点とかにすればいいのね。こういうことね。
Very good. Points to Gryffindor.
やった。
But there's certainly no sport in playing without some friendly competition. Miss Onai, would you care to give our new student a bit of a challenge? Come on up. You'll be the Blues just as before, and Miss Onai.
Be sharp. I know everyone is watching, but try not to be nervous. You are doing quite well.
ちょっと待ってな。よし。負けた。ちょっと。うわ、うまい。どうしよう。負けた？大丈夫？あ、落ちないで、落ちないで、落ちないで。やばい、負けたんじゃない？あと1個あるわ。うわ、もうこれ負けやろ。うまいな。いや、もう負けやな、これ。負けた。負けた。トイレ行ってたもん。
Let us make this a bit more interesting, shall we?
もう一回やらせてくれるかね。今の練習やったら何あれ？あ、障害物が。誰？私？先に彼女から。わあ、うまいな。ちょっと待ってな、ボールだな。どこが一番いい？今や。
Excellent control there.
30、30。後ろ、横に行った時がいいかもね。うわー、こいつ、せめてこいつのとこまでは。まだターンってなってなかったかな。次や、次で決まるな。やったー。あ、ぶつからへんかったん？ずる。同点？同点？引き分け？引き分けになってた。
Very good, both of you. Well done.
Well done はよくやったって感じ。筋がいいとは言ってないんじゃないかしら。
Class is dismissed. Gather your things on the way out.
A tight game. It turns out we were evenly matched. Took me weeks to become proficient with Accio. Took weeks for me to get anything right when I transferred here. It gets easier, I promise.
That's good to hear. It's a lot to take in all at once.
To put it lightly, I remember how I felt when I first arrived. I transferred here from Wagadu just before my 4th year. My mother received an offer to teach divination here. Before I knew it, we had left Uganda and were halfway around the world at a new school in a new country.
Is Wagadu a castle like Hogwarts?
Its address is Mountains of the Moon. It is not so much a castle as a beautiful edifice carved out of the mountainside. I remember the first time I saw it, the mist was so thick I could hardly make out anything at all. And then it just materialized before me, this enormous school that seemed to be floating in midair.
Is Wagadu much bigger than Hogwarts?
Wagadu School of Magic is the largest wizarding school in the world. So yes, bigger than Hogwarts. But it never seemed intimidating or overwhelming to me. It always felt like home.
This may seem an odd question, but is magic the same there as it is here?
Mostly, yes. But I did have to learn how to use a wand when I arrived here. Hardly anyone at Wagadu uses one.
使わないんだ。へえ。何魔法は弱くなるはずって。
You can cast spells without a wand.
Oh yes. I find wandless magic to be much more instinctive. Not to mention quite convenient if one is without their wand. I must admit, however, that I am growing quite fond of using a wand. It seems very dramatic.
It's nice to learn about another wizarding school.
Thank you for asking. I do miss Wagadu, but I am glad to be here at Hogwarts. I think Professor Ronan wants to talk to you. Better not keep him waiting. Until next time.
いい子だよかった。めっちゃいい子でよかったわ。
Of course, you can use Accio on
A word, if you would.
If you're so inclined.
Well, you'd be using it on clothing, to be precise, Sebastian. You know it won't work on humans.
You wanted to speak with me, Professor?
I did. I trust your first charms lesson lived up to expectation?
Well, an outdoor competition wasn't exactly the lesson I was expecting, sir.
What charm is there in the expected? And what a close match between you and Miss Onai. Invigorating.
Thank you, Professor. I enjoyed the match.
Miss Onai is always a fierce competitor, though I sense that she is a bit distracted of late. Now, Professor Weasley has asked that your professors give you instruction outside of the ordinary curriculum. Expect to hear from me soon regarding a special assignment that I am preparing for you.
Professor Ronan reminds me of my grandfather. Loads of wisdom, but a bit mad.
いろんな人と喋って仲間になって情報をいろいろ教えてもらいたいな。この子は
After my brother learned the summoning charm, it was constant Accio this, Accio that, cutlery flying everywhere. Quite unsafe, really.
あ、ちゃんとボタンの振り分け出てるね、前に。あ、よかった。これで分かりやすいな。あ、分かりやすい。右下のやつめっちゃ分かりやすいですね。ここの上なんなのって言ったらあかんのとこは。ここは先生のとこやからダメだね。入れないね。先生が出てくるとこだもんね。次は何すればいいの？出よっか。とりあえず出てこの辺散策しゃべる？
You're the new student, aren't you?
Hello. You wanted to speak to me.
Samantha Dale. I've been eager to meet you. You're the student everyone's been whispering about. Hope your first day's going well. You certainly seem to hold your own in charms.
I've been fortunate. Beginner's luck.
My brother William would tell you not to be so humble and to trust your abilities. Then again, he tends to be overconfident in his. Well, better see to my charms homework. I'm afraid I can't count on beginner's luck to impress Professor Ronan.
謙遜を真に受けるタイプの人ね。いるよね。何してんのこの人。次どこ行くの？ここ何？あ、レイブンクローの生徒。 あ、猫ちゃんいる、猫ちゃんいる。かわいい。シャワロー。猫ちゃんをシャワロー。猫ちゃんいっぱいいるね。なんか知らんけど、ここ猫ちゃんがいっぱいいるんよ。こいつも、両方ともよしよししてあげましょう。かわいいけど、目怖い。目怖い。
Revelio.
レベリオと何々がもう、あ、なんか浮いてる。開かない。なんで開くはずよ。これなんか開くはずだよ。なんか鍵だね。開かないわ。ロックだ。ここは。どうすればいいの次は。次まだあるね。ここになんかがある。これは授業の後のウィズリー。朝先生に会いたいんだった。そうやった、そうやった。オッケー、行くわ。オッケー。じゃああれで、ピヨーンやりましょうか。ウィズリー先生のとこまでちょっと連れてっておくれ。じゃあ、行こう。あれなんか向こう、こっちに行ってない？こっち？こっちか。あれなんか右を、あ、こう行って右か。はいはいはい、わかった。こう行って右ね。
Revelio.
なるほど。こうやっていくんやな。広。これあれやな、エルデンみたいに自分で覚えんでいいから、ナビがしてくれるから、ナビしてくれたらすごいありがたいって感じだね。広いね。あ、ここ通ったよね。ここも開いてんだ。にゃんこいる、にゃんこいる。にゃんこいる、にゃんおいで。にゃんこいで。にゃんこいでちょうだい。にゃんこかわいいですね。どこやったっけ？あれ消えちゃった？こっち？こっちって書いてる。あれ光消えちゃった？はい。どこだ？猫触ると消えちゃうんか。これは何
？What about the room, Professor?
I was thinking the same thing, Deke. Perhaps you could help.
Oh, excuse, Deke.
Ah, there you are. I trust your first classes went well?
They did, Professor.
I heard as much from Professors Hecat and Ronan. Seems Professor Fig taught you quite a bit before you arrived. I'd wager there's a good deal more to your travels here than what you've told me. Isn't there?
Nothing more, Professor.
I see. Like trying to get a sonnet from a streamer. Regardless, you must continue to build upon what you've learned. In that regard, I've asked your professors to help hasten your progress with some extra assignments.
17行やったっけなんだっけ。ローネン先生から聞きました。 まあいいや、聞きまし
Professor
たけど。
Ronan did mention something about that.
In fact, Professor Ronan will meet you outside momentarily to assign your first one. Now, regarding the trip to Hogsmeade I mentioned earlier, we've arranged to replace the supplies lost on your way here, including seeds, potion recipes, and spellcrafts.
Thank you, Professor.
And Mr. Ollivander will connect you with the perfect wand. You've managed your classes well with a borrowed wand, but you'll find the magic you cast with your own wand to be far superior.
Can you tell me more about the potion shop, Professor?
J. Pippin's Potions stocks a wide array of potions ingredients, although they rarely sell recipes. Professor Sharp asked that they have a couple of particular recipes on hand for you.
There's an Ollivander's in Hogsmeade.
There is. Most people are familiar with the shop in Diagon Alley. We're fortunate to have someone like him nearby. Mr. Ollivander is a genuine craftsman and highly skilled wand maker. I would trust no one else to pair me with a wand.
I've never heard of a spellcraft before, Professor. What is it?
A spellcraft is a recipe of sorts used when conjuring objects. I shall explain more about them when you begin working with transfiguration magic.
I'm eager to get to Hogsmeade.
Very well. I'd like you to make your first visit to the village with a classmate. Help you get your bearings. Perhaps Sebastian Sallow or Natsai Onai. I've noticed you spending time with them.
Natty って何? Natty って誰?
I'd like to go with Natty.
Excellent choice. Miss Onai is one of our most talented students. And she knows the area. She'll keep you well clear of any of Victor Rookwood's undesirables en route.
Rookwood?
A rather unsavory local. Best to avoid him and his associates, including his right hand of sorts, Theophilus Harlow. Once you've finished Professor Ronan's assignment, your friend will meet you at the castle doors. No time to waste. The sooner you complete your work, the sooner you can enjoy a
バタービールめっちゃ勧めるやん。バタービールめちゃくちゃ勧めてくるやん。ローネン先生に話しましょう。課題をもらう。OK。じゃあ追跡をやりましょうか。どこや？あ、これがある。ローネンさんの追跡は開けてあげた。短くやってあげた。いくよ。あれ何この人。
Ah, there you are.
これか。
You have a new spell to teach me, Professor?
Indeed I do, and an exceedingly useful one at that. The mending charm, Reparo. Fixes things right up, makes a broken object good as new in the blink of an eye.
It seems as if that might come in handy.
More frequently than one would imagine. As Professor Weasley mentioned, I am not the only one who will be teaching you spells outside of class in an effort to catch you up with your peers. A number of your professors have agreed to do so as well, but first, each shall ask that you complete a few preliminary tasks to hone your magic. I have arranged some for today. See them through and then report back to me. We will have you casting Reparo in no time.
I'll start on the task right away, Professor. Professor, why must I complete these tasks?
They are meant to give you first-hand experience as you proceed to master new bits of magic. Good luck, and I shall see you soon.
ん？飛んでいるページを集める。ページを集める？あ、これを集める？クローって言ってんのね。
レベリオ。
レベリオ？あ、間違えた。違うわ。アクシオじゃなかった。あれ？引き寄せるのはレビオーソって飛ばすやつやったっけ？何が何だかわかんない。飛んでいるページを止める？レバロ、いくつかの課題？飛んでいるページ。飛んでいるページ。この上に飛んでいることをやるの？なんかもうまぐれぐらいしかないよ。これじゃなかったっけ？引き寄せるって。ちょっと待ってや。こっち？
This is the right area.
空飛ぶ
I
ペ
wonder where
ー
the
ジ。
flying page is.
あったわ。これや。あ、取れた。オッケー。終わり？終わった？成功した？あ、何や、それだけか。おい、先生、できたぜ。おい。
Professor, why must I complete these tasks?
They are meant to give you first-hand experience as you proceed to master new bits of magic. Good luck, and I shall see you soon.
まだ？今度こっちや。まだか。今度こっちか。
A flying page must be around here somewhere.
どこ
？If only a new student were to help me with my sad predicament.
Are you all right?
Don't you know who I am? Zenobia Noak, the girl whom everyone at school hates for no reason.
Everyone hates you? Why?
Because Hogwarts is full of bullies and spoilsports. Leander Pruitt's one of the worst, that no-talent moon mind. I wanted to make some new friends, and so I brought my collection down to the common room. My gobstone collection, that is. I was hoping someone would want to play. Are you familiar with gobstones? Little balls, like marbles. Grand game. And if you lose, they spray you with a foul-smelling liquid.
Gobstones? Sounds like a fun challenge.
That's what I tried to tell everyone. People can be so cruel. Just because they're sprayed all over with smelly gobstone spit, it's their own fault for losing. Imelda is one of the worst losers. Everett and Astoria are terrible as well. And now those poor losers have taken my gobstones and hidden them in very high places all over the school.
Rather an overreaction on their part.
I'll say. Anyway, I can't work out how to get them back on my own. I don't think I know the necessary spells yet. I need someone, perhaps a selfless and talented fifth year to help me.
Do you have any suggestions on how to get your gobstones down from their hiding spots?
If I knew that, I'd get them myself. Whoever hid my gobstones that high got up there somehow.
I'll see what I can do.
I'd appreciate the help. If you do find all of my gobstones, do come and see me again. I'll be back to playing Snake Pit and Jackstone by myself in no time.
43。 28。あ、もっと向こう出るけど、これか。あ、ダメだ。あれや、本飛んでるよ。遠いんかな。難しい、この本飛んでるから。待って、これ当てなあかんの？一定の動きするわけやから、ここ来るやろ、そのうち。あ、なんで？ほん。あ？本はどこ？これじゃないの？こっち？
Grubby little faces. I'll just lie. If someone gets struck by a cursed broom, we do have it.
I still can't manage to transfigure a match into a needle without catching on fire.
I'd better keep an eye on high places around the school for Zenobia's gobstones.
なんて？待って。どういうこと？ちょっと待って、どういうこと？どういうこと？水春。意味がわからん。あれはどこ？キラキラはどこ？キラキラ消えた？ね、キラキラ消えた？お風呂は行きたくないな。食事は行きたいけど、お風呂は行きたくねえな。私ね、人前で服脱ぐの嫌やからね、今誘われたんだけど、ご飯食べてお風呂入ろっかって。私お風呂嫌いなんよね。個室やったらいいけど、人と一緒にお風呂入るのが無理なんよね。だから、温泉とか銭湯は命がけや。行きたくないのよ、基本。それ本のミッションはどこ行くの？コブストーンはどこ行ったの？レベリオじゃないの。あれはどこなの？キラキラちゃんはどこなの？こっちか。
I'd better keep an eye on high places around the school for Zenobia's
高い場
gobstones.
所。ここ刺してる。高い場所。なんで消えたん？ね、高い場所って言うけど、あの子たちのとこから消えたと思わない？今さ、あれ出したじゃん、光るやつ、ナビ。ナビここで消えたよね、今。ほら。あれ？ここで消えちゃうんだよね、ほら。なんで？ここで消える。なんで？ちょっと意味がわからんよ。そういえばお腹空いてきたな。どうしよう。学校の周りの高い場所って何？自分で行けってこと？学校の周りの高い場所ってどこなん？なんか気持ち悪くなってきちゃってやめようかな。 あ、なんか吐き気する。やば。酔ったんかな。ちょっと酔ったかもしれん。学校の周りってどこ？高いとこ行ったらどう？学校はこれ学校だもんね。周りっていうか学校だもんね、これ。ここ見たことあるの？ちょっと遠ざかってる感じがする。なんかね、ちょっと酔ったみたいでしんどいからここでやめます。ありがとうございました。失礼します。